Buckle up, everybody, because today we're going to be reacting to a video from Julia Thornhill, filmed right inside Eric Worre's house. Julia's been attending these masterminds for years, she claims, and she's using the same manipulative tactics I've seen firsthand at Eric's events. She paints herself as the mom next door, building a legacy, but behind the curtains, it's all about inflated income claims, dangling tax hacks, and pushing her team into overpriced masterminds. And let's not ignore the allegations. Leaders like Julia may have been pocketing kickbacks when they convinced their downlines to sign up for these very programs. Now, that's not mentorship. That's predatory. Let's get this started.
Hey, you guys, if you are watching the replay, drop a replay. I'm live here from Eric Worre's. We just wrapped up our mastermind. I'm going to take you guys outside because it's probably a little bit loud here and talk a little bit about where the industry is going, what's been going on with the industry, why I think it's the best time to be involved, and essentially where it's headed. So anyway, let's kind of dive in. But this is, I don't know, I've been in this mastermind now for about 7 or 8 years, I think, since the very beginning. And it's just been so crazy to see where the industry has really, I would say, evolved into, how it's kind of molded over the last just 10 years in my career. I've been in the industry now for 10 years next month. And I just think it's one of the most exciting times because with technology, with automation, with AI, with social selling, with just everything that has shifted over the last 10 years, I don't want to say the word easy because in my profession, it is a lot of hard work. You're working with thousands of people and it can grow very quickly around the world. But I would say it's simpler with technology, with automation, with systems. Back then, it was just like, way back in the day, it was CDs or, the tools were very different and you had to do everything in person, 8 to faint. And so now with technology and Zoom and social media and the influencer world, people are I think, especially as a mom, when you have the right systems in place, you're going to create more leverage, right? And so what we've seen over the years is either companies have especially since COVID, have either pivoted and innovated or paused or completely crumbled.
Let's pause her there because I feel like this is nothing more than MLM hype that we see all the time. They like to use whatever buzzword is trending to plug that into the pitch. And I think that's what we're seeing here. Today it's AI. A few years ago, maybe it was, crypto. But here's the thing. They've always talked about systems. But now they have systems. What about the systems beforehand? Were they just less effective? I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments, but this is just MLM hype. The script will change, but the goal stays the same. Sell you on the idea that you're about to miss out if you don't buy in now. It's essentially what she's doing here.
And that's one thing in our organization, in our team, of why we've invested hundreds and thousands of dollars over the last 10 years now into our team, into our systems, into our culture, and into this profession. And I believe that when somebody wants to come into a space and make income for their family, become the best version of them, be a part of a community, travel the world, get the tax benefits, this is one of the reasons why our industry not just continues to thrive and climb and evolve, but just get smarter. And people are also, thank God, getting smarter. They want to work smarter, not harder, when it comes to bringing in income for their family, when it comes to being part of a community that's going to teach you what school doesn't teach you. Okay? So anyway, with that said, we are getting into, I think, one of the most exciting times in our profession ever because of all of the tools and because people are realizing, especially in the influencer game, that when you come into our industry and you enroll a customer or an affiliate or whatever it's trending this month, you're going to earn off the lifetime. And so there's just so many companies that use people. There's so many companies that want to steal your network for a one-time, so you get a one-time sale and then it's over. It's one and done. And when you're in the company and keep the main thing, when you're
oh my God, keep the main thing, the main thing. Wow, I've never heard that before, Julia. Only at every single Eric event, pretty much. Can we also talk about the tax deduction pitch that she was just using? Because I feel like people that are in the top of the pyramid, do I want to call it a pyramid? When I say pyramid, I mean multi-level marketing. People that are at the top, let's just say it that way, love to claim that you can write off trips and clothes and your home as business expenses, but the IRS has rules. Deductions must be ordinary and necessary, and most distributors never even make enough income to offset those write-offs. So instead of saving money, many end up with red flags on their taxes. Selling tax hacks as a reason to join is incredibly misleading. Also, I think it would be a good time to mention that allegedly Eric, because an account of his accountant, I don't know if she still is, that used to be a part of Tony Robbins' Platinum membership. Is she still? I'm not sure. Anyways, allegedly helped him write off his pool because it has the logo in his pool at his house. Yeah.
You're focused on what you're building, what your mission is, where you're going, where you're headed, who you're helping, where you're expanding. You have clarity. And then you have a team and a leadership team and a system that's going to run with you, that's going to take you to where you want to be, where you know you're meant to be, where you're where you want to grow into. It is just next level for those that just don't have the experience. They don't have a lot of time, but they want to follow a blueprint. They want to follow a step-by-step guide. And so I believe, in my opinion, there's so many women, especially when I talk to the girls for a minute, we don't lack work ethic. We don't lack drive. We don't lack where we want to go. Most just lack a plan. Most just lack a mentor. Most just don't know what they don't know. And so when they can...
Oh my God. I feel like we should do like a count the cliche counter. You don't know what you don't know. Right, because I don't know it. What do you... I'm laughing because it's so ridiculous.
Come into a system and a community and an industry and an environment where they can become that best version of them, when they can start capitalizing on tax benefits. Not a CPA, not giving tax advice, but drop tax, I guess, in the chat and I'll send you a video. All right.
Wait, so you're not giving tax advice, but you want people to drop tax in the comments so you can send them a video on tax advice? Also, if you need tax advice, go seek professional help from an accountant and somebody that's qualified to do that. I'm not giving tax advice, but drop tax in the comments and I'll send you a video. Julia, stop it.
Of why this industry will blow you away. Uncle Sam will get his. Then they can come in and start to earn as they learn while becoming that best version of them, right? Ed Milet.
Learn as you earn. It's the third fascinating cliche.
One of my favorite mentors says, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and just getting 1% every day equals 37% better by the end of the year.
What? If you're getting 1% better every day at the end of the year, how does that add up to 37%? What kind of MLM math is that?
The one thing in our community that we do is we do live calls every single day of the week, Monday through Friday. Why?
That sounds terrible. That sounds like I'd rather go to the dentist. That sounds like I'd rather do pretty much anything else other than get on an MLM call every single day. That sounds like no thank you.
Why? Because we want to change habits, because we want to teach people how to not just build a business, but build a legacy smarter, not harder, in the right...
Yes, that was the first cliche. She's bringing it back. I think that's the fourth one. Work smarter, not harder.
Right community, in the right environment, in the right culture, in the right team, in the right organization. And when you have all of those together, working together seamlessly, okay?
What she's doing here is she is pandering to people that are not happy with their upline, not happy with their company. She may not be, I don't know, maybe she is. I was going to say she may not be doing it intentionally, but that's essentially what she's doing here. She could be doing it intentionally, because one thing I do know about these events is they go live from the house, and they're trying to attract people like, look, she's close to Eric Worre. Oh my God, let's sign up under her. Like that kind of a vibe. That's what this is. This is all predatory. The recruiting from other teams and, I'm not happy with this leader. I saw this person speak at Eric's event, or I saw this person go live at Eric's house and I'm going to check them out. It's a different company. It's a different product. Let me try over there. And it's this constant thing. Eric will never admit it, but, I thought of I know what I know. I guess that could be a cliche, right?
And rinsing and repeating, it can create this beautiful ripple effect of love and success and experiences, and that's what I just love about this industry so much. And so
I'm sorry, you're trying to make it sound like MLM is filled with love. Nothing in MLM is loving. What do you... That's wild.
You know, I think what's so cool these days is there's so much opportunity now to build something online, and now with, you know, ChatGPT and all of the AI tools coming up, you're either going to get ahead of it or you're going to get completely left behind. Period. Like, it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. So anyway,
it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. Is that number 5 or number 6? I don't know. I've lost count.
Here, I'm going to fly back tomorrow, see my kids. But I just wanted to hop on here. I feel like I've done so many tours around this house, but I know I have a lot of new people that are I've connected with. For those that know Eric.
How weird is it? How weird is it to go live on your social media platform and tour somebody else's house? That is so weird to me. And I did it. More than likely, I did it when I was at Eric's house because I was trying to replicate what success was. This is weird. You're going to go live and tour somebody else's house?
Eric, that's kind of his office up there. Everyone's inside eating right now. We're going to take a quick, we just finished day 2. All day, everyone, I think the average income here is, I don't know, maybe 800,000 maybe a month. So, you know, my mentor always said, just get into bigger rooms. Don't ever be the smartest person in the room, and you know, one thing too, I think that no one can ever take away your education, right? Like investing in you. And my husband.
Oh my God. Okay. First of all, the 800K a month average is extremely manipulative. The people at Eric's house are probably the very, very top of multi-level marketing. That's not a compliment. If that's you and you were at Eric's house, relax. Okay. These are the people that are already benefiting from thousands of recruits under them, more than likely. So when she's throwing out a number like 800K average per month, it doesn't reflect the reality of the rank and file. According to Amare's income disclosure statements, most distributors make little to nothing once expenses are factored in, but using inflated averages convinces people that if they just buy the ticket and show up, that they'll be next in line for that kind of money, and that's just not the case.
And I have invested over $500,000 easily into personal development and into our team systems and our culture to be able to create something really special. And so for 10 years, it's almost like it's crazy, actually, not almost like, it's pretty crazy how fast 10 years will just fly by. And we've had a blast. We've had an absolute blast. We've helped hundreds and thousands of people around the world in 20 plus countries. You know, my kids get to see the world with me. They get to see a mom that believes in herself. My daughter's been on like 70 something flights, 11 countries. I'm headed to my 45th country this year. I'm headed to the Philippines in a few months. But I think one of the coolest things is you get to connect with some of the most incredible people and humans around the world.
What about your downline? Are they doing those things too? No. Are their kids going on 17 flights? No. This is only applicable to the top, a very small percentage of people. And she's presenting it like, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. That's not the case. And also, let's talk about this. You know, we've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on systems and, you know, for our team and blah, 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 blah. That's just a sales tactic disguised as inspiration. That's what she's doing there. Spending massive amounts of money on masterminds and events is reframed as investing in yourself. I'm going to use air quotes there. Let's take this just a step further. Some leaders, it has been alleged to me, have received kickbacks when their team members sign up for the mastermind. Now think about that. Not only are people joining an MLM where only a small fraction of people make real money, but then they're funneled into masterminds as they exploit more people and move up the ranks. Then their leader is like, hey, you should join this mastermind. Now you're making 6 figures. Again, very small percentage of people in these companies that do it. And the upline could be quietly profiting off of that person yet again. Are those financial ties ever disclosed to the people paying? I doubt it. I doubt it.
That want to give back, that want to serve, that want to help other people, that want to, you know, this industry, like, I feel like corporate America, because I've been in this space for so long. I was in marketing for years. It's pretty cutthroat. Everyone's kind of like every man for themselves. It's just a weird environment. People are stabbing people behind the back to rob Peter to pay Paul to get promoted, you know, 3% raise. It's like, for what? When you can come into our industry and in our space and in our community and earn whatever the heck you want to earn. There's no politics. No one cares about your medical card. There's no glass ceilings. Literally, you can create whatever the heck you want to create when you have the right system, community culture, all the things in place, which I...
Oh, okay. So if you're on her team, you get all of that. That's what she's implying here. This feels like projection. What do you mean there's no politics? What do you mean nobody's stabbing each other in the back? Have you seen the lawsuits that are involved with MLM companies? Julia, what are you talking about? This is so wild to me. Corporate America is this. First of all, there's politics everywhere. And if you can't acknowledge that, that's your privilege speaking. Come on.
Know that we do, because the writing's on the wall, success leaves clues, and we've had 10 years of success in multiple...
Success leaves clues, huh? I don't even know what number this is that we're at.
Countries, and continue to grow and expand year after year after year. So it's been a wild 10 years, a wild ride, but man, I wouldn't trade it for anything else. I was able to bring my husband home from the Navy 6 years early, so he was in for 14 years too long.
14 years too long, but I bet you were gaining those benefits for those 14 years, right? As somebody that is a veteran from the military, I was in the Air Force. What do you mean 14 years too long? What a slap in the face. God, that is infuriating. Also, this whole corporate story, cool story, bro. Oh my God. And I listen, I know I already covered it, but I want to talk more about this like cutthroat environment because I feel like Eric's events are some of the most cutthroat events, even though he tries to make it seem like, oh no, it's totally respectful. We don't cross recruit here. We don't do that. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Leaders will jockey for positions. They will protect access to Eric and compete to show who can bring the biggest team. If kickbacks are involved, and it's been alleged that that's the case, it becomes even more predatory because not only are leaders competing, they're also incentivized to push their people into spending money without ever explaining their personal benefit. Much like bridge contracts in multi-level marketing companies. And it makes me wonder, is the real qualification for being on Eric's stage at the next event tied to your rank, or is it tied to how much money you've managed to funnel back into his pockets? Because let's be honest, the people spotlighted on stage aren't the ones struggling at the bottom. No. They're the ones who've already paid their way to the top. Let's just call it what it is, you know?
Hi, Krista. Good to see you. Amy, Susan, Mom, good to see you. I see you on here. And I don't know. It's like what has happened and has evolved in just the last 10 years alone is absolutely wild. So let me show you around this house really quick, I guess. Let's see. It's probably pretty loud inside. But that's okay. So we'll just keep dropping. And I forgot my headphones, which is fine. So I'll take you inside really quick. I'll show you the podcast studio where I was just on with Eric a few months ago for the second time. First time with myself. The first time was with my husband, actually. I think 8 years. We were in his studio.
Mastermind?
Well, I won't go down there just in case, but that's where podcast studios, wine room, the gym. The gym is insane. It's probably the biggest at-home gym that I've actually pretty much have ever seen. And so this is where we've kind of like powwowed throughout the day. Everyone's kind of eating after 2 full days. And so this is probably one of my favorite places of the house. They have like this really cool little nook here. Check this out. It's like they have this koi pond. And then usually this is all open, but it's pretty hot today. It's, I don't know, maybe 95 degrees.
That was the pool where the logo was, by the way.
Out. So anyway, Marina's office is up there. That's typically where you enter. And then you'll come down these stairs here. Here, I'll flip this around so you can see what I'm seeing.
Guys, isn't this so weird? Imagine flexing, but it's somebody else's house. That's like standing in front of a cool car and you're like, check it out. But it's not your car.
I can figure out. There we go.
When I was in MLM, I probably didn't think this is weird. Now that I have been out of MLM for many years, this is weird.
Okay. So come down here. This is the room that I was sharing about. So they just did such a beautiful job designing this place. So this is where Eric spent all day
area
doing his thing.
Yeah. Are the cameras set up there to the right? Is he recording everything so that he can make some content and probably create some courses from the ideas that everybody was sharing allegedly and in my opinion?
These shades of yep, I can see. Anyway, so yeah, that's where Eric's office is up there. And so this is where we've kind of been all day. So let me flip this back. But anyway, so in such a time as this, when it comes to our industry, I think it's just the best time to get started in our space. And just listen, don't wait on it. Do not wait on it. Don't wait on the industry. If you're in the space, learn with the intent to teach, have a blast, create the culture that you want to create, get really clear and intentional of who you want to bring in and do life with. I think that's one thing my husband and I has done.
Do life with. That is the weirdest saying.
A really great job when we sat down several years ago and we said, man, let's create a community that we can trust our own kids around, right? Let's create a culture that people can just grow and thrive and champion each other and become that best version of them. And so,
wait a second. So she's been in MLM for 10 years, but 2 years ago, they sat down, her and her husband, and decided to create this new community. That sounds to me like rebranding because something wasn't working. Speculation on my part, but that's what it sounds like to me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
It's been pretty wild how God's aligned a lot of things in our life to be able to continue to grow in this space and to continue to rebuild and build and build bigger and stronger and faster and having more fun doing it. And so we're just getting into a season right now. Listen, here's what I can say. Over the next year, there's some things that I'm really, really excited about. And God just has his hand in a lot of different areas in my life. And
I love that for you. I love that you believe in God. I love that you think God is guiding you in your life. I think that's fantastic. And as I say all the time, all beliefs or lack thereof are welcome here, and they always will be. However, when you're wrapping faith into your pitch, when you're wrapping faith into your pitch, that is manipulative. That's gross. Because people that are questioning that are going to start saying, well, she's saying God led her to this. Who am I to question this? Maybe that's something in me that is, my faith isn't strong enough. It's a slippery slope when it comes to faith and when it comes to beliefs. And I think that's the very reason why they use it. Who's going to question that? Everybody should question that.
In business, and he's never late, he's never late. So anyway, man, I am it is hot. I'm like sweating. Not really, but kind of. It's just pretty hot here. I don't know how people live here, but I know how they live. Anyway, all right, let me get out of here. Let me go hang with some of my friends and some really great people in a million different companies here. So love you guys. Good to see you. It's good to be back. And I'll see you guys soon.
Goodbye. Oh God, I hated that for so many reasons. How do people live in Vegas? Like people live anywhere else where it's hot. I don't understand. Anyways, let's talk about that last part of her video where I just feel like there's always going to be some sort of sense of urgency in their pitch at the end of it. Don't wait, sign up right now, get to the next event. Eric was known for encouraging people to commit on the spot. He was very good at this. That's not a compliment, Eric. Okay, relax. Whether it was another mastermind, the next event, private coaching, a course, whatever, he was very good at that. But the formula never changes. Urgency, exclusivity, and the fear of missing out, aka FOMO. So here's what Julia doesn't say at these house events, that the people that are there are already at the top of the company in some way, shape, or form. She can flex about travel and culture and income all day long, but her entire pitch depends on her team spending money that they don't have so that she can maintain her status. And if she's getting a cut of those mastermind signups, if she even has team members that are signing up for that, that's not leadership, that's predatory profiteering. Eric built the stage, but Julie is the one, or one of the ones, selling the show to her followers. And when you strip away the hype, what's left is the same MLM scam dressed up as mentorship. If you're sick and tired of watching people like Julia and Eric and any other top leader in multi-level marketing companies exploit their teams under the banner of empowerment, make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe, check out my playlist on Amare and MLM coaches. And don't forget, you can join and become a member for bonus content, exclusive content. It's a good time, I hear. So anyways, somebody has to pull back these curtains on these leaders like this, and I'm more than happy to do that. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.